Hi everyone, good morning. Today's video is going to be about how we actually feel on any given day and understanding more about the emotional side of who we are. So our emotions are sort of up and down, and it's just energy. So the energy within us is part of our chakra system or energy system. The energy centers, which are the bottom three, they are what drives us. If those energy centers are stuck with, perhaps we're carrying, I feel guilty if I don't do that for my boss, or I feel guilty if I don't do that for my family or for my husband or for my wife, or I feel guilty if I don't do that for my parents. There's many ways of carrying guilt, and part of guilt is as well the shame that comes behind the guilt. So I feel shameful for what I did, and I said, no, now I feel shameful, or I did something wrong. We all make mistakes, none of us are perfect, even me. So we need to forgive ourselves for that. And we also, what else is carried in those three bottom energy centers? The root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus. Those lower energy centers carry fear. Now, that fear sits at the bottom chakra, but it also affects the top two. And when we are fearful of things, so we might be fearful of maybe going to work because there's someone there with a very strong personality and very strong opinions, because they haven't done the work. And I'll be honest here, if you're not going to do the work, you're going to be stuck in something, and you're going to be stuck in misery. And misery, people that are miserable and don't do the work tend to voice their opinions, and it's all about you, not about them fixing themselves. They sort of go towards, it's your fault why they're feeling that way. So, and they carry a little bit of narcissistic behaviour and bullying. So I'm sure we've all experienced that at some time, being empaths. So it's about clearing those energy centers, so you can come into your power. Your power is in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, and then having the voice. So the throat chakra, once that's clear, or this energy center, you're able to speak your voice with confidence, without fear, because the other three centers are unblocked. And then you start receiving the insight through the third eye. Just a little bit about the third eye. It actually comes from Hindu, meaning Shiva, the point of light. And when we see light in meditation, it means we're receiving, because our third eye is opened up. And I'm going like that because it sort of comes through, there's vibrations, or the receptors in the brain start wiring up together and come into harmony with that beautiful love energy, that beautiful bright light, which is where it comes from. And that's when the imagery within the mind starts to come through, and you might see colour, bright light. You might receive a little, like a video played out, your life being played out on your future. You might get an inspired idea come through, and you just know what you need to do next, and you lose the fear. So it's fear is the blocker. Fear, guilt, shame, blame, anger, anything that makes you disconnect from who you truly are. So it's about spending time with yourself and listening to the inner dialogue. I've spoken before about the cells and how we can light them up, and they form a little community. We are a community. We thrive in a community. If we isolate someone from the community, they don't feel good, they're rejected. I mean, babies die from rejection. So being rejected is really an awful thing to do to someone, or to have or be received that from your community. So it's about embracing. And a lot of ancient cultures, they actually bring in ancient scriptures, they bring the community together, and they all sort it out together to heal that person and bring them back into the community. So that's what we need to take on, some of these old ancient ways of being, and bring them back in, meaning Hindu, meaning Buddhism, part of the Greek philosophies and knowledge, the monks that carry the knowledge in the Egyptian monks or the Egyptian philosophies, all these, or Australia in the indigenous, ancient indigenous texts and cultures and the way they did things, they're all much the same. They all come together, they look after each other, they don't reject anyone. From the tribe or the community, and it's all done with love and compassion and care to bring that person back into and lift their vibration into a place of harmony. And I've mentioned before, when we are in harmony within, the planet is in harmony within. So when we heal those past life old paradigms by just letting them go and coming in knowing who we are, we'll let them go quite easily, especially in meditation, having the inner dialogue and just let it go, which sometimes is not easy. However, in practice makes perfect, and sometimes in meditation you need to fake it till you make it. If you just repeat, I am happy, I am the light, I am happy, I am the light, that is the best meditation that will shift you. And also being mindful of your surroundings, your environment, and the people that you allow into your tribe or your vibe, your energy, because they can become your teacher. So if you want to flip it over to a more positive, use those people to bring you back to you. So just let them be on their journey and their path, and just step away from what they're going through, because as you do the work and you uplift and come into a higher frequency, a higher vibration, you will pick up other people's energy very quickly, just by walking into a room or sitting down at a table, or just someone coming towards you. You'll pick up their energy, and when you learn that energy is not yours, it's theirs, you'll just go, let them be, and that energy then is not taken with you. It becomes the past, and you become the future by letting go of that. Because if we take on another person's energy, we become that. So I hope this has helped, but keep shining your beautiful light. Come into your light as much as you can through the day. First thing in the morning is very, very important to do meditation and clear away that energy. Light up that little community within you. Get those receptors lit up, start communicating in that field, and pull in that energy within you, and that will filter out to your external community. So you will invite in loving, kind, compassionate people that are in harmony with you. Peace and harmony, I'm all for it. I'm a big advocate. And when I teach, that is something that I teach. Peace and harmony within, peace and harmony around your surroundings, peace and harmony for the planet. Compassion. Compassion for self, compassion for others, compassion for the planet. Namaste.